بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين باعث الأنبياء والمرسلين ثم الصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه العبد المؤيد الرسول المسدد حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وصحابته المنتجبين. قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبت إني رأيت 11 كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
It is part of human nature. In fact, this even applies to animals. To see dreams. We all have dreams. Once in a while. Some of our dreams could be good, some of our dreams can be bad. We might not remember them, but we still have dreams. Some of them might be short, some of them might be long. And some mornings we wake up wondering what our dreams meant. What was my dream trying to tell me? Is it predicting the future? Is it saying something about the past? Is it a message? Is it a signal? Or is it just pure nonsense? We wake up wondering what our dreams meant. For some people are obsessed with the dreams. The only thing they care about is dreams. The only thing they talk about are the dreams that they had the night before. If they were good dreams or bad dreams, they're obsessed. I know some people, instead of asking fiqh questions related to usul al-din, to tafsir, to Quran, I know some people, the only questions that they ever ask a Maulana, can you interpret my dream? Maulana, can you tell me what this dream meant? So on and so forth. This becomes an obsession for some people, right? Some people, they will base their entire day on a dream. If their dream was good, they will have a good day. If their dream was bad, they will have a bad day, right? Others, the way they treat others will be based on their dreams. So for example, if they had a fight with someone in their dream, some Mr. Tom, in their dream they had a fight with them, in real life they will show ill will towards that person. Although the fight was not in real life, it was in a dream. So there are some people that do not care whatsoever about their dreams. Even if they saw the most important dream, even if they saw themselves sitting on a throne, sitting on a throne with a crown on their heads and people giving them allegiance, they don't care. Well, tonight, my dear friends, in the next couple of minutes that we have, we'd like to see what do dreams mean. And before that, we'd like to do a comparative study, because I have another lecture on dreams. This one is a bit different. We'd like to do a comparative study. Before saying what the Quran and what Islam says about dreams, let's see what other religions say about dreams. Christianity, Judaism. In fact, previous civilizations. Because dreams always existed. Dreams are not something new that we began having in the 21st century. No. Ever since Allah Azza wa Jalla created human beings, they've been having dreams until now. They are integral. They are integral to our lives. And some people, some civilizations, some cultures, they took dreams very seriously. So before we give the Islamic perspective on dreams, let us see, what other civilizations and religions and cultures and scholars and famous thinkers had to say about dreams. وصلوا على محمد وآل محمد. First of all, scientists They say that dreams mainly occur in the rapid eye movement stage of sleep. If you remember 2 nights ago when we spoke about sleep, we said that there are 2 stages of sleep. The REM, the rapid eye movement, and the non-REM. Dreams occur in the rapid eye movement, right, according to scientists. The length of a dream can vary. It could be a couple of seconds, it could be a couple of minutes, and on average, a dream can take from 20 minutes to 30 minutes. This is according to scientists. People are more likely to remember the dream if they are awakened during the REM phase. If they are awakened, they had an alarm clock set and they wake up, they're most likely going to remember. But if they did not wake up in the REM phase, in the rapid eye movement phase, rather they woke up in the non-REM phase, they will most likely not remember their dream. That is why sometimes we wake up in the morning and we know that we had a dream. It could be a nightmare, it could be a really good dream. But when I wake up in the morning, I don't remember anything. Just a couple of shadows, very minor details. I don't remember the dream at all. Why? Because I woke up in the non-REM phase. According to scientists, the average person has 3 to 5 dreams per night. And some have up to 7 dreams. This is what scientists say. But from my experience and the people that ask me questions, I think some people have over 30 dreams per night. Some dreams are immediately or quickly forgotten, and there are some dreams that you remember and that will stick with you for a while. Studies have observed that signs of dreaming in all mammals, not just human beings, monkeys, dogs, cats, elephants, birds, reptiles. Reptiles they're non-mammals. They also dream, according to scientists. In one study, according to some statistics, that here in America, that a great deal of Americans, if they have a trip the next day, a journey, they're taking a flight from a place to place. If the night before, in their dream, they saw the plane crashing, a great deal of them, a percentage of them will cancel their flights. The next day, they will not take the flight. While, if they didn't dream of the plane crashing, they just, it crossed their mind the day before, they will not, it's a small percentage, a very small percentage that will cancel the flights. But if they saw it in a dream, there's a great deal that they will cancel the flights the next day. That tells you that even American people, some of them are secular, some of them are not even religious, but when it comes to dreams, they have belief in dreams. And they think that dreams predict the future. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Now let's take a brief look on dreams throughout history and through great civilizations. For example, the Greek and Roman civilizations. People in those civilizations, in the Greek and Roman civilization, they believed that dreams were, number one, direct messages from deities. In Greek culture, they believed in several gods. And in the Roman culture as well, Greek and Roman culture, they believed in a numerous amount of gods. Some of them believed that dreams were direct messages of these deities. These gods were trying to tell them something. This is one. Two, some of them believed that dreams were messages from the deceased, from the dead. They were trying to give them a message, telling them to do something. Three, some of them believed that dreams predicted the future. If you saw yourself dying, that meant you were going to die. So on and so forth. This was in the Greek culture. This is what they believed. The Greek philosopher Aristotle believed that dreams caused physiological activity. They have an effect on the body. And he thought that dreams can analyze illnesses and predict diseases. So if you saw yourself becoming ill in a dream, you could fall ill and have the same exact illness that you had in your dream. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
This was in Roman and Greek culture. We come to Mesopotamia, modern day Iraq, right? Mesopotamians also had certain beliefs regarding dreams. They believed, interestingly, that the soul moves out of the body of the sleeping person and actually visits certain places and persons. So what the dreamer is saying is actually his soul departs the body, it visits certain places, it visits certain people, and then the soul comes back to the body. When the person wakes up, he sees dreams. He thinks these are, fake dreams, but they're not. His soul had left the body. And we shall mention in the end that these beliefs are similar to some Islamic beliefs, as we shall mention in one interpretation. As for the Babylonians and the Assyrians, Babylonians were also from Iraq, from Babylon, which is modern day Hilla. The city of Hilla was previously called Babylon. And the Assyrians were also in Iraq previously. These people, they divided dreams into good dreams and bad dreams. The good dreams, they believed, were sent by the gods. They believed in numerous gods. While bad dreams were sent by demons and devils. And this too is similar to some Islamic beliefs, as we shall talk about towards the end. So this is interesting, because we have some narrations that say good dreams are from Allah and bad dreams are from shaitan, as we shall mention later on. Some of these Babylonians and Assyrians believed that their dreams were omens and prophecies that predicted the future. So if the king or one of his ministers, he had a dream of them losing in a battle to another nation, that predicted the future. There was a likely chance that they will lose a battle to that nation. Ancient Egyptians, they believed that dreams were like oracles, bringing messages from the gods. We see this trend in a lot of civilizations and cultures. That dreams predicted the future. They were like oracles. In Greek culture, they had oracles where they would go to and ask questions regarding the future, and the oracle will tell them that in the future you will die, you will fall ill, you will become king, you won't become king, right? They saw dreams as oracles that predicted the future, and they were prophecies from the deities and gods. This is an ancient Egyptian civilization. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Even ancient Indians, they believed in dreams, and they believed that dreams played a major role. They believed, some of them believed that dreams play two major roles. One, the first, where dreams are merely expressions of inner desires. What you see in your dream is an inner desire that you have, that you cannot express. It comes in your dreams. And this is interesting, because in a couple of minutes we'll talk about Sigmund Freud, and that was his interpretation of dreams. And we shall talk about that soon. So this was one role, that dreams tell us of our inner desires, our unspoken desires. And two, they believe that the soul left the body at night and was guided. And so what they saw in dreams, it was actually the soul departing the body, and it was guided to certain places and to certain people. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
What about dreams according to world religions? Do they believe in dreams? Absolutely. Judaism and Christianity, they took dreams seriously. In Judaism, dreams are considered part of the world experience, an experience of the world. They can be attributed, and lessons can be learned from dreams. Hebrews differentiated between good dreams that were from God and bad dreams that were from evil spirits. Most of the dreams in the Bible are in the book of Genesis. If you read the book of Genesis, which is the first chapter, in the Old Testament, it's full of dreams. And we shall talk about the Quran and the dreams that exist in the Quran. Christians held similar beliefs. And they also thought that dreams were of supernatural character. Dreams were not just nonsense images that we had at night, but no, they had a supernatural character. Many Christians preach that God can speak to people through their dreams. So God can send messages to some people as what to do. He can inspire some and motivate others through dreams. The Middle Ages brought a harsh interpretation of dreams. They were seen as evil and temptations from the devil. Some people, especially some specific forms of dreams, they didn't know how to interpret those dreams. So some, they said this is from the devil, a way for the devil to tempt human beings and bring them closer to temptations. He gave them these dreams. Many during the Middle Ages believed that during sleep, the devil could fill the human mind with corrupting and harmful thoughts. Martin Luther, the founder of Protestantism, he believed dreams were the work of the devil. Of course, not all Christians. There were some, like St. Augustine and St. Jeremiah, they claimed that the direction of their lives was heavily influenced by their dreams. They were motivated and inspired by their dreams. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, there were lots of theories, lots of analysis on what dreams meant. Did they predict the future? Did they tell about the past? So on and so forth. The soul leaves the body. This was all up till Sigmund Freud. When Sigmund Freud came, there was a paradigm shift. It was a new beginning on how people looked to dreams. Sigmund Freud, he came and he said that human beings, they have two kinds of desires. One kind of desires are acceptable. You have the desire to get married. You have the desire to go to college. You have the desire to get a job, move in a new house, have children. These desires you can think about during the day. You can fantasize about. Your conscious mind allows such thoughts of desires because they are okay. While human beings, they also have unacceptable desires. There are certain desires that either go against religion or go against the norms of society. They are not accepted by people. They are not accepted by parents. They are not accepted by family members. Such thoughts and desires, the conscious mind does not think about during the day. What happens is, when a person goes to sleep, and his conscious mind also goes to sleep, who wakes up? The unconscious mind. The unconscious mind goes and digs those hidden desires, those unconscious desires, those unacceptable desires. It goes and it picks them up and brings them into the form of dreams. So you might see yourself doing something, or practicing something, or visiting places, or visiting certain people. Those dreams, they tell you about hidden desires. The unconscious mind is reminding you of those desires. Let me give you an example. If you live in a society where smoking is a taboo, smoking is a bad thing, society doesn't accept it, religion rejects it, your parents reject it, your family members reject it. So during the day, you don't think about smoking, right? Because it's a taboo, it's something unwanted, it's something rejected. But at night, if you crave smoking, you're going to see yourself in your dream doing what? Smoking. That is your unconscious mind, subconscious mind telling you of your inner desires to smoke, right? Of course, Sigmund Freud does not talk about smoke. He talks about, other things that he's infamous for. Sigmund Freud is infamous for certain, thoughts. And so he says that what you see in your dream, it does not predict the future. It has nothing to do with the future. It's all about unconscious desires. It could be obsessions that you have that you don't want to think about during the day, that your mind it rejects. But at night, your unconscious mind reminds you of those desires. So this was Freud. This was breaking research, groundbreaking research. And a lot of Westerners, Western philosophers and Western thinkers, they thought that this is, top-notch research on dreams. This is what dreams meant. They have nothing to do with the future. They have nothing to do with, supernatural character. The soul is not leaving the body. It's all about unconscious desires. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Right? So he emphasizes on this, that the unconscious mind has certain wishes that were not being fulfilled, and those desires cannot come during the day through the conscious mind. They come at night in dreams through the unconscious mind. There were some that contested the views of Sigmund Freud, namely Carl Jung. He contested the views of Freud. He rejected some of his views while accepting others. He believed that dreams were messages to the dreamer and argued that a dreamer, a person who sees dreams, should pay attention to those messages. The mind was giving off messages, right? Dreams present the dreamer with revelations that can uncover and help to resolve emotional or religious problems and fears, according to Jung. He believed that some dreams recurred. They occurred several times. If you keep on having the same dream over and over again, maybe on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, that means the mind was trying to give you messages and signals, but you're not paying attention to those signals. So the mind sends you another dream, and another dream, and another dream, until you pick up the signals and the messages. Right? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
One theory of dreams is by those who believe in evolution, Darwinians. They believe that dreams developed as a way to protect ourselves. And they call this theory the threat stimulation theory. As human beings evolved, right, they became accustomed to certain threats, for example, earthquakes, volcanoes, snakes, animals. They developed, ways of overcoming these threats. Especially human beings that, who used to live in caves. Well, what about future human beings? According to these Darwinists, those who believe in the evolution theory, how do we learn how to protect ourselves from snakes? Especially if we don't live in areas where there are snakes. How do you protect yourselves from earthquakes or from volcanoes, especially if you don't live in areas where these threats exist? Through dreams, right? The body, through evolution, sees dreams. You'll see a dream of a snake. Why? So that you learn how to protect yourself from a snake in your dream. So that in real life, if you encounter a snake, you'll know what to do. In a dream, you'll see yourself, undergoing an earthquake, or there's a volcano erupting. Why? So that in your dream, you'll be accustomed to such a threat, so that in real life, you'll be able to respond to such a threat. These are Darwinists and those who believe in evolution. Now, there are some other theories on dreams. There are some that say dreams allow the repressed parts of the mind to be satisfied through fantasy. You've always wanted to go to Paris, but you can't afford it, or you don't have a passport, or you live in a country that you won't be offered a visa. So what happens is, in your dream, you see yourself going to Paris. That is a way for your mind to satisfy your needs. Others say that dreams regulate mood. You're a moody person. You suffer from bad temper. Dreams regulate your mood. Others say that dreams are simply things that we have been concerned about during the day. If you're, waiting for a traveler to arrive in your dream, you will see him arriving or not arriving. What is it that you're preoccupied about during the day? You will see in your dream. Now we come to Islam and what Islam says about dreams. Sallu ala Muhammad wa
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
First of all, the Quran tells us that dreams are a form of revelation to prophets. Not normal human beings, but prophets and some specific individuals. For example, Ismail alayhi salam saw his father sacrificing him. He came and he told his father Ibrahim. And he told him, my father, do as you're told. Ismail, who was a teenager, he had enough knowledge to know that dreams are a form of revelation for prophets. فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ مَعَهُ السَّعْيَ قَالَ يَا بُنَيَّ I'm sorry, Ibrahim saw in his dream, not Ismail. Ibrahim saw in his dream that he is sacrificing his son, Ismail, and his son told him, do as you're told. فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ مَعَهُ السَّعْيَ قَالَ يَا بُنَيَّ إِنِّي أَرَى فِي الْمَنَامِ أَنِّي أَذْبَحُكَ فَانظُرْ مَاذَا تَرَى قَالَ يَا أَبَتِ افْعَلْ مَا تُؤْمَرْ He said, my father, do as you're told. The mother of Musa, alayhi salam, she saw a dream in which she put her son, Musa, in a box and she put him in the river. That was a form of revelation to the mother of Musa. إِذْ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّكَ مَا يُوحَىٰ أَنَا قْذِفِيهِ فِي التَّابُوتِ فَقْذِفِيهِ فِي الْيَمِّ Put him in a taboot, in a box, and put him in the river. She saw this in a dream. It was a form of revelation. We believe that some dreams predict the future. Some, not all. Some dreams predict the future. These are called ru'ya sadiqa, true dreams. And the Quran is filled of such dreams. إِذْ قَالَ يُوسُفُ لَأَبِيهِ يَا أَبَتِ إِنِّي رَأَيْتُ أَحَدَ عَشَرَ كَوْكَبًا وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ رَأَيْتُهُمْ لِي سَاجِدِينَ Yusuf saw in his dream that 11 stars and the sun and the moon are prostrating to him. He came and he told his father. And his father knew the meaning of this dream. And at the end of the story of Prophet Yusuf, we see how this dream occurs to life when his father and his mother, or his father's wife, and the 11 of his brothers, they prostrated to him. So that dream predicted the future. His father resembled the sun, the lady, either his wife, his mother, or his father's wife resembled the moon, and his brothers resembled 11 stars. They prostrated to him. In the story of Yusuf, dreams play a major role in the story of Yusuf alayhi salam. And Yusuf alayhi salam, he had the capability of interpreting dreams. And we shall mention why. In a couple of minutes, we will talk about how Yusuf alayhi salam developed the ability to interpret dreams. When Yusuf alayhi salam was in prison, two of his cellmates, they had dreams. One of them, he said that I see in my dream I'm pouring wine in cups and I'm serving. He told him, yes, you will serve wine to the king. The other cellmate said that I see birds eating bread from my head. He said, you will be killed. And you will be put on, you will be crucified. And birds will come and they will eat from your flesh, from your brain, from your head. And that's exactly what happened. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. He had some dreams. And those dreams predicted the future. لَقَدْ صَدَقَ اللَّهُ رَسُولَهُ الرُّؤْيَا بِالْحَقِّ لَتَدْخُلُنَّ الْمَسْجِدَ الْحَرَامَ إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهِ آمِنِينَ مُحَلِّقِينَ رُؤُوسَكُمْ وَمُحَلِّقِينَ وَمُقَصِّرِينَ لَا تَخَافُونَ. After Quraysh prevented Rasulullah from going to Mecca at Sulh al-Hudaybiyah, Rasulullah before that, he had seen a dream of him along with his companions entering the mosque, the holy mosque in Mecca. Some of them would shave, others would only cut, and he told his companions that we will enter the mosque. But on Sulh al-Hudaybiyah, they were forbidden. Some rude companions, and we know who were the rude companions of Rasulullah, they told him, Ya Rasulullah, didn't you see a dream that we will enter the masjid? He said, yes, I did. But I didn't tell you that will be this year. The following year, Rasulullah and his companions, they entered the mosque, and the exact description that was mentioned in the Quran. Sallu ala Muhammad wa alihi.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
There is also other interpretations when it comes to dreams, that the soul, when we talked about sleeping 2 nights ago, we said that sleep is a minor death, and that the soul departs the body, temporarily, and then returns. When the soul departs the body, it goes to places. It visits certain places, it visits certain people, it interacts, and it communicates with certain individuals. Whatever happens, that activity that occurs to the soul during the sleep, that is actually what? Dreams. That is dreams. So when you saw someone, that lives across the globe, your spirit and their spirit, they met at the time of sleep. Or you might have met during sleep with someone who's deceased, maybe a beloved parent or a family member. Your soul will met with their soul, right? This is one interpretation of dreams that some scholars believe. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Some narrations tell us that some nightmares and bad dreams, they serve a purpose. They are a form of a punishment from Allah Azza wa Jalla for committing sins, right? Some of us, we commit sins, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to purify us in this life before the next. He wants to punish us. How? By allowing us to see a nightmare, a bad dream, being chased by dogs, being harassed, being kidnapped, or getting into a car accident or a plane crash. We wake up, we're horrified, we're scared. That is a punishment from Allah. Or it could come as a blessing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to stop some people from committing a sin, right? Someone commits a sin, and Allah wants them to stop. For example, ghiba. Allah wants to stop a person from committing ghiba, backbiting. You will see him in his dream being punished in hellfire. His tongue, there's something happening to him. It's being nailed, it's being burnt. This way, this person will wake up in the morning, say istighfar, and will no longer come back to that sin. So this is a form of, it's a blessing. There are other dreams that are from shaitan. Yes. Shaitan can come to us in our dreams, and he will make us see bad images. For example, you're in Hajj. You've decided to go to Hajj, but in Hajj, you see a dream that your house is being robbed, or your business is being robbed, which makes you want to come back home. Or you see in your dream that your family members are in danger. Your son is getting into a car accident, or so on and so forth. This will make you uncomfortable. This will make you want to leave Hajj and come back home to take care of your business, your home, your relatives, your loved ones. So some bad dreams are from shaitan. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
And there are some dreams that are adghathu ahlam. You're nonsense. That are meaningless. They depend on, the way you're sleeping. Are you cold? Are you hot? It depends on the weather. It depends on your mood and on your health. If you have a high fever, you will see terrible dreams. If you're in a good place, you will see good dreams. It depends. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? You will see dreams. In the month of Ramadan, I assure you that when you come back late from work and it's hot and you're hungry and you're tired and you decide to take a nap before coming to the mosque, you know what sort of dreams you're going to be seeing? Cold water, Pepsi, refrigerated, hamburgers, chapati, right? I'm learning slowly, right? You see your favorite food in your dream. What does that say? Is it predicting the future? It's not necessarily predicting the future, but your state of being, you being hungry or thirsty or ill or cold or hot, it will affect your dream. This is alghathu ahlam. It's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. Your fears, any emotions can come to you in your dream. For example, if you have to take an exam, you're a college student, you're a high school student, and you have to take an exam. This is a very important exam. It could be the SATs. It could be an exam that will have an effect on you, on your college acceptance, and you've worked hard on that exam, you've studied hard, and you're panicking. In your dream, you will see yourself going into that exam. You're worried, in your mind, you're worried that you're not going to do so well. You see yourself going into the exam room, and you look at the pieces of paper, and you don't know how to answer. You haven't prepared, you haven't studied, and you begin to panic. Why? Because it's your fear. Or, for example, there's an illness. You've been having pain in your stomach, and you're worried that it could be something serious. So in your dream, you will see yourself going to the doctor, and the doctor is giving you bad news. Nastaghfiru billah. Inshallah, that doesn't happen. But because you've been thinking about it, because those are your fears in your mind, they will come to you in your dream. So if you see in your dream that your doctor is giving you bad news, does that mean that that will happen in the future? Absolutely not. Alghathu ahlam. You're being affected by your fears, by your emotions, by your state of being. Sallu ala Muhammad wa alihi. Now, when it comes to dream interpretation, there's some people that think whoever has studied in Hawza, whoever is a Sayyid or a Shaykh or a Maulana, knows how to interpret dreams. No, that is not the case. I've been in Hawza for the past 13, going on to 14 years in Hawza. We never studied anything on dream interpretation. They don't offer that at Hawza. They don't offer that at Islamic seminars. Or we didn't study a book on dream interpretations. No, that is not our interest. Our interest is fiqh, usul al-fiqh, tafsir, theology, Arabic grammar, Arabic language. But dream interpretation is not, one of our interests in Hawza. So if you see a scholar and you go and ask him to interpret your dreams and he doesn't know how to answer, that doesn't mean that Maulana is uneducated, he's never been to Hawza, and you begin accusing him. No. Only special people know how to interpret dreams. And in fact, dream interpretation, there's no book that you could read. There's no Hawza that you could go to. There's no lesson that you could take. It is divine knowledge. You either have it or you don't. Like Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Prophet Yusuf never went to a school or university to learn how to interpret dreams. It was given to him from Allah. ذَلِكَ مِمَّا عَلَّمَنِي رَبِّي. Yusuf alayhi salam says, رَبِّي قَدْ آتَيْتَنِي مِنَ الْمُلْكِ وَعَلَّمْتَنِي مِنْ تَأْوِيلِ الْأَحَادِيثِ. My Lord, you have taught me how to interpret dreams. So it's not, regular people can ask. A lot of people, they have the thought that any Shaykh or Sayyid has the ability to interpret dreams. And by the way, if you see certain people, they interpret dreams, a lot of them are crooks. Be careful. A lot of them are crooks. Because this is a special science. It's a special knowledge given to Allah. I don't know anything about dreams. There's a lot of people. I know some maraja, mujtahideen. People ask them, what do you think of my dream? They say, I don't know. I don't know what your dream means. This is a special science from Allah Azza wa Jalla. In fact, there is a relationship between pious people, righteous, the ability to overcome temptation, and the ability to interpret dreams. When did Yusuf alayhi salam begin interpreting dreams? After he overcame temptations. When Zulaykha was not able to seduce Yusuf alayhi salam, when he was able to overcome his temptations, he began to interpret dreams. Right? We see a relationship between the ability to overcome your temptations and the knowledge of interpreting dreams. There was a man by the name of Ibn Sirin. I don't know how many of you have heard of Ibn Sirin. It's an interesting story. Sallu ala Muhammad wa alihi. Ibn Sirin was a good-looking young man, very much similar to Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. But he was pious. He was righteous. And there was a woman in that city that was attracted to him. She was in love with him. And she tried to seduce him so many times. One day, she tricked him. She told him that I need you to fix something in my house. Of course, he tried to avoid, and she told him this is an emergency. It's a life or death situation. So she came, she brought him to her house, and she told him that Shaitan was there. He said, okay, hold on a second. Let me use the restroom, and I will do as you say. He went into the restroom. The story says that, forgive me for saying this, it's not very polite. He went and he got feces and he put it on his body. And then he came out and he said, okay, I'm ready. She said, you're ready? What is this? Immediately she kicked him out of the house. This was one way of him avoiding temptation and for her to stop getting him into that trap. Scholars say that immediately after this event, Ibn Sirin was able to interpret dreams. He was able, Ibn Sirin, till today, he's known for interpreting dreams. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa alayhi. There's a very important point, and that is, if you are not qualified to interpret dreams, do not misinterpret dreams. Especially do not misinterpret them in bad ways. Because there are some narrations that say it will happen that way. It will happen that way. For example, you see in a dream that you were robbed. A thief came into your house and robbed you of your money. You wake up in the morning and you tell some friends. Someone says to you, that dream, it means you're going to get robbed. It will happen. Do not share your dreams with anyone, especially bad dreams. You don't have to tell your dreams to people. If it's a good dream, that's fine. But a bad dream, you don't have to share. And if you want my opinion, don't share your dreams with anyone, even good dreams. Why? Because if it's a good dream, some people might be envious of you. Like the brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam. How did they develop envy towards Yusuf? Because they heard him say his dream to his father, Yaqub, that I see 11 stars and the sun and the moon prostrating to me. They overheard him, and that developed envy. So if it's a good dream, some people will be envious. If it's a bad dream, they will misinterpret it, and it will occur in a bad way. So it is best not to share your dreams with anyone. Keep it to yourself. It's better than having someone uneducated misinterpret your dream, and it will occur in the bad way. And finally, dreams, according to fuqaha, jurists, scholars, dreams have no authority. Meaning what? Meaning a dream cannot affect an Islamic law. If you see in a dream that some product is halal, and you wake up and you want to drink that product because you saw in your dream that it's halal, it has absolutely no authority. We cannot base Islamic laws on dreams. For example, a jurist will see Imam al-Sadiq in his dream telling him that, for example, Friday prayers is a must upon everyone at the time of ghaiba. Everyone has it. That doesn't mean anything, right? Dreams do not have authority when it comes to Islamic laws. I remember once I was visiting a community, and some gentleman, he was telling me that, I'm a Sayyid. And he was not a Sayyid. He was not a Sayyid. He's not a descendant of the Prophet. He said, I'm a Sayyid. I recently discovered that I'm a Sayyid. I told him, how did you discover that you're a Sayyid? He said, last night, I saw in my dream Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam, and she was not wearing hijab. So obviously I'm a Sayyid. Otherwise, how can I see Fatima al-Zahra in my dream without a hijab? So, oh, congratulations. You're a Sayyid. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. So dreams have absolutely no authority. You cannot base, or for example, you see in your dream someone stole from you money, During the day, you go and you tell them you stole from Iman. That has absolutely no authority. صلى على محمد وآل محمد. We are still in commemoration of a Sayyidah Khadija salamullahi alayha. Sayyidah Khadija went at a time when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam needed her the most. And someone else needed her the most as well. Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam. Fatima al-Zahra was a child. After the loss of her mother, she became an orphan. The loss of a mother is so great, so great. A mother is the source of love and compassion and mercy and support and all good things. And all good things is in the heart of a mother. When you lose a mother at such a young age, it's so devastating, so traumatizing. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had to be a father and a mother to Fatima al-Zahra. But luckily, Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam, she had a supportive father. Although she was an orphan, she had a supportive father to be there for her, to be a father and to act as a mother. But there was another orphan that was orphaned by Imam Hossein alayhi salam. Her name is Ruqayya. Ruqayya was in Sham, and she had a dream. We were speaking of dreams. Ruqayya in Sham had a dream. She saw her father in her dream, holding her, embracing her, hugging her. She woke up and she started asking for her father, Imam Hussein alayhi salam. They told her, my dear daughter, your father is traveling. Meaning traveling to the Akhirah. Her aunt Zainab, she came to her, she started comforting her. My dear daughter Ruqayya, your father's not with us. He's traveling. Ruqayya started crying. All the women in the tent began shouting, began crying. News reached Yazid in his palace. Yazid was drunk. He had drank the entire night. He heard the women and children screaming and crying. He asked, what are they crying for? They told him, Ya Amir, one of the daughters of Hussein woke up in the middle of the night seeing a dream about her father. He said, yes, take her the head of her father. They brought the head of Imam Hussein covered in a pot, and they brought it in front of Sayyidah Ruqayya. Ruqayya said, I did not ask for food. I am not hungry. I asked for my father. They lifted the head of the pot, and she saw the severed head of Aba Abdullah. أبا من الذي قطع الرأس الشريف من الذي خضب الشيب العفيف من الذي أيتمني على صغر سني. My dear father, who severed your head, who bloodied your beard, who made me an orphan. Sayyidah Ruqayya kept on holding the head, and she kept on crying. After an hour or so, she went quiet, she became quiet. Everyone thought that she was asleep. Imam Zain al-Abidin, he told his aunt Zainab, my aunt, lift my sister from the head. When they lifted her, they saw that she had departed this life and joined her father Aba Abdullah. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. الفاتحة.